Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Shubhra. Summer days are here. So are you guys excited about summer? Are you guys excited about at least spending some time in beach or a pool? Let me tell you, I am fully prepared and so excited about it. I have my beach bag ready, my shades ready, I have my hat and of course a book. So I decided to pick up a book which has a beautiful cover and a very summerish name. And by now you must have guessed it. Yes, it's Beach Read by Emily Henry. Honestly, I imagined reading this book sitting somewhere near the beach side, having a nice view. But in reality, I ended up reading the whole book on my couch. So here's my expectation versus reality. Anyways, Emily Henry writes novels about love, family. This book is a romance genre, or what it is called a rom-com. But don't get flew away by the title. The story has plenty of depth in it. It is much more than what its beautiful cover reveals. This book, I feel, has a quality of feel-good factor which I believe we all need in these unprecedented times. Now let me give you a quick high-level view of the story. The story is narrated from January Andrews' viewpoint. She is the main narrator of the story, and there is another character called Augustus Everett. Both January and Augustus are writers or authors, but they write completely different genres. So January writes more about rom-com, happily ever after, and love, family, and Augustus is a literary fiction writer. Somehow they end up as neighbors in a beach house in small town and find out that they both know each other since college and they were the college rivals. One thing leads to another and they strike a deal and take a bet to switch their genres. So now Augustus will write happily ever afters, family, romance, and January will more focus on literary fiction. So there is a lot of conflicts and love on their way goes on. So if we dig deeper into their characters, I would say the characters represent two different kinds of people, one with more on a happier side and other with more of a seriousness, intense. I loved how both the characters complement each other and their chemistry was completely adorable. And I also liked how gradually they started valuing each other's work. I felt that the characters are real people. They're not perfect people. They make mistakes, but definitely I could relate to a real life story. And oh gosh, I really loved the name January and Augustus. Such an epic names they have. What I think about this book? I really liked that the book highlighted the stereotypes of the genres. I liked that January wasn't afraid to stand up for herself. She wasn't ashamed of being a romance writer despite the criticisms that came up with her genre. She tried breaking down the stereotypes and biases whenever and wherever she could. The story has a lot of hidden depths. It teaches us, or I would say it reminds us two things. First, that we should never be judgmental because we don't know what people have deep down inside them. Both January and Augustus had their own stories that they were dealing with. Also, it teaches us that everyone in your life is not perfect, which is so true. I believe like some people are perfect in one thing but not so great in another, which is completely fine. Another thing I liked about this book was the writing style of Emily Henry is so detailed and smooth. Every story has a backstory and both the characters' backstory is so raw, so deep and believable, which will give this book a much more depth than just a romance. And also I feel that without these backstories and details, we would never have understood Augustus' character, as he would be more difficult person to understand. Since the story is written from January's viewpoint, we would have a different perception about him. Overall, I enjoyed reading the book. At times, I felt that their relationship could have been moved to a next level, but I really enjoyed how the story ended on its own way. I would recommend this book to anyone except for those who are just looking to read a fluffy romance, because this book has much more than that. I hope you like my spoiler-free review. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're the first one to be notified whenever I post a video. Now it's time for me to get some sunshine. See you in 2 weeks. Till then, stay safe and keep reading. Bye now.